r/AskReddit, what's some basic knowledge that a scary amount of people don't know? Antibiotics do not work on a virus. Edit, I did not expect this to blow up this much. Thank you so much for the awards and the shared information. How long it takes a semi-truck to stop? Not to pour water into hot oil. Edit. Damn, this blew up. LOL, I'll also add that this may not be basic knowledge, but it should be. I myself only found out from one of my science electives in year 11/12, and even then it was a topic that only came up after a student asked my teacher about an incident that popped up on the news, so chances are it would never have been mentioned otherwise. Schools should at least have a lesson/program highlighting the common risks at home and the methods to avoid/contain them. Homeroom class would have been a perfect time. We spent the majority of that twiddling our fingers until the bell rang. How to spot an obvious scam. Look how many people fall for those clickbait articles and chain posts and propaganda and stuff. That pretty much every machine requires maintenance. Think dishwashers, washing machines, cars, mowers, etc. They aren't magic boxes. And they will last longer if you know how to maintain them. My mother-in-law is in her 80s and until recently didn't know that the dishwasher needs its filters cleaning every so often. Edit, since this blew up a bit, for those that would like to locate their dishwasher's filters, they're different for every make and model. You'd do well to Google the make and model of the unit and see if you can find a manual. Maybe even YouTube will have some information. YouTube is a great resource for learning about things. Taking my dishwasher as an example, there are some reasonably obvious plastic pieces in the bottom of the washing area that can be slid out/unscrewed. There are 3 parts to my filter. Rubber gloves when touching them might be a good idea. Cleaning them is as simple as taking a brush and some soapy water to them to remove all the gunk before reinstalling. You can also buy a plastic bottle full of chemicals that you put into the dishwasher. You run a cycle and the chemicals clean throughout the unit. I do both because I like a clean dishwasher. I do it every month or so, or whenever I notice that dishes aren't getting as clean as they should or some not clean smell. Edit, thanks for the awards. Now clean your dishwashers. First aid. A guest requested their chicken to be cooked medium rare this week. I don't understand why I have to stress that chicken only leaves the kitchen when it's completely cooked. That you should wait for people to get off the elevator when it arrives at your floor, instead of cramming yourself in when the doors open, blocking their departure. Tax brackets. You only pay the higher rate on the portion above the threshold amount. Edit, great example video here. How to merge in traffic. How to tell if food has gone bad. When I worked in a meat department, we got like 1 call a day from people saying I bought this X days ago, is it still good? Lady, I'm not there with you. This ain't a smellophone. You're going to have to use your own senses and brain on this one. Just because it's natural doesn't mean it is automatically healthy. Just because it is artificial or synthetic doesn't mean it is automatically bad for you. Where their water shutoff is in their house. Evidence-based reasoning and what evidence means. That the scientific meaning of theory isn't what the colloquial sense means. It is very easy to not block the whole aisle with your cart at the grocery store. How a 4-way stop works. Every hurricane in Florida we've several traffic lights go out. People are supposed to treat it like a 4-way stop, but instead they do this nonsense. Oh, he went? 10 more of us will go. It's fine. I actually saw one light where people were doing it correctly after Ian and I nearly shit myself, I was so shocked. Don't dive in the water to save a drowning person. They will kill you. Throw them a flotation device. Hand them a broomstick and pull them to safety. Do not get in the water with a panicking person. Wait until they are unconscious and then dive in to retrieve them. Source: years of swim lessons and unfortunately knowing somebody who has died trying to rescue somebody. Overdosing on Tylenol, acetaminophen/paracetamol, in large enough doses will prove fatal. The death is slow, painful, and cruel, and there's nothing that can be done about it save for a liver transplant, which, good luck with that. Edit: several commenters have correctly pointed out that if treated quickly enough, there is an antidote for this poisoning and there can be a full recovery. When I wrote nothing can be done, I was referring to the point in time when end-stage liver damage and failure have occurred. Edit 2, many commenters now querying what constitutes a large enough dose. With the caveat that mileage may vary with age, other medications, alcohol, existing liver damage. 12 g of Tylenol as a single dose, or 24x 500 mg tablets if you prefer, left without medical attention, is potentially fatal. Effects are cumulative, so frequent, smaller overdoses over a longer TME frame will give the same end-stage liver disease and damage. For a medication that is widely recognized as well tolerated and therefore safe, it sorta kinda ain't that. You can pick the better of two evils and still not like either choice. Related: you don't need to be 100% for one thing and 100% against something else. Don't bother wild animals. I'm sure it's just natural selection at this point. But the amount of stupid people I see walking up to wild creatures for video footage is irritating tbh. Bonus points if the human gets hurt, haha. There's a long handle on the side behind your steering wheel that when you flick it up or down it turns an orange flashing light on that tells other drivers around you which way you're going to be turning. Don't put water on a grease fire. This is when your pan/pot catches fire while cooking. Cover it with the pot or pan lid and turn off the heat. Edit: people in the replies have also added that baking soda and salt can work to smother the fire. Additionally, a grease fire safe extinguisher is a good thing to have in your kitchen. Women don't pee through their vagina. Politicians are government employees. They literally work for you. Hold them accountable, and for fuck's sake, don't make them your personality. That not all internet news is real. How to swim. The difference between there, and there. Sit properly in any vehicles. Leg injuries are no joke, and you can even dislocate/break your legs easily in a car crash because your legs wear on the dashboard. Control+C, Control+V. Ponies are small horses, not baby horses. Financial literacy, it is so important, but a lot of people just don't know shit. That mixing bleach and pine sol creates toxic fumes that can actually kill you if they build up too much in a room. A scary number of people actually do this though in their laundry or when cleaning their homes. Cooking. Drowning doesn't usually look like drowning on TV. 9/10, it's just silent. The person goes under and doesn't come back up. And choking doesn't look like choking as seen on TV either. If there's any hacking/coughing, they aren't choking and don't need a Heimlich maneuver. You only use the Heimlich if there's no sound coming out of their mouth. Years and years ago I read a book that took place in Australia. I'm in the USA. In the book it was Christmas time, and also summertime because that's how it works. The narrator described Christmas decorations that were snow-themed, Santa still in his red suit, etc. And I thought it was interesting that the decorations were still winter-themed even though it was summer. This book is my only source for this information, so I don't even know if this is really the case. Anyway, I went around to like 5 to 6 people at work trying to tell them that I found this info mildly interesting, and I always started with you know how December is summer in Australia? And literally not one person knew that. Like, everyone was confused about it. I felt like I was taking crazy pills because I thought that was common knowledge. Unsolicited advice is generally going to be taken as criticism. Criticizing the people in your personal life creates distance. Butting in where you aren't wanted is going to harm your relationships with other people, and they're going to take your opinions and advice less seriously over time because they'll think of you as a nudgy know-it-all. Overbearing people get tuned out. Instead, first ask yourself if your advice is even needed. Does this affect you? Is this an emergency? Is anyone going to be harmed if you don't put your oar in? Are you being asked for advice? Or is this person just sharing information about their day and building their relationship with you? And if you do need to weigh in, try leading with, "May I make a suggestion?" Otherwise, you're going to rile the other person up. And on the flip side, if you have a nudgy know-it-all in your life, it's best to simply pause them with a calm and polite, "Thanks, but I didn't ask." If you try to explain your life to them, they see it as an invitation to be even more overbearing. Cops can lie to you. The elites don't want you to know this, but the ducks at the park are free. You can take them home. I have 458 ducks. That Africa is not a country. Reddit is not real life. That EpiPens and Narcan do not stop reactions/overdoses. They slow them down, so getting a person to proper care is still a necessity. How to check if a source is credible. Misinformation is straight up killing people. Edit. How to actually check if a source is credible: identify the author and check their credentials. Also, see who their employer is, and consider how it might impact their biases. Compare headlines to the actual content of the article. Is it intentionally misleading to provoke an emotional response? Think about whether it's done to intentionally misdirect people. Check the date the article was published. When it was released could change if the information is outdated. Fact-check the story by using websites like factcheck.org. Dig deep to see if the news article cites sources and traceable quotes. Check if the URL has any misspellings or odd use of language. Important things to remember: always consult multiple sources. Social media is not a reliable source. Looking at you, Facebook. Be open-minded and fight against confirmation bias. Avoid predictive searching so you don't get trapped in an echo chamber. Obligatory thanks for the upvotes. Be smart, y'all. That a lot of things should not be put in your body. How to talk to people. Like, in general. Stuff like basic phone etiquette, greeting, ending a conversation. That chimpanzees are apes. The pandemic really drove the point home for me that a very large number of people do not understand the concept of probability. Billion-dollar companies don't care about you, so stop simping for them. That women can become pregnant after unprotected sex seems to surprise a lot of people. Clitoris, urethra, vagina, anus. Sharing someone's personal images, whether they're an adult or a minor, whether you are an adult or a minor, can still end you on the sex offender registry. Revenge porn is real, even for adults. Keep your NSFW pics to yourself. Reddit is just as bad as a time waster as any other social media platform. It's highly unproductive to film, laugh at, yell at, or similarly engage with people currently having a mental breakdown. The average person is chronically dehydrated. Drink more water. Stay hydrated. This is a threat. The number of people who just randomly turn things hoping that it goes the correct way for what they want to do is amazing. Remember folks, it's righty-tighty and lefty-loosey. That intelligent people can see through their bullshit, and would just rather not be bothered with calling them out on it. How vaccines work. If they make you sick, it's because they're working. Your body is mounting a defense and creating antibodies to help fight off infection. A lot of really smart scientists have devoted their entire lives to keep us safe against life-threatening infection, and people who have no medical training refuse them. It seems pretty idiotic and cavalier to me. Turn signals. They're not optional on cars for a reason. Use them. A turn signal means you're intending to change direction and let others around you know this intention. It does not give you the authority to change direction. That freedom of speech doesn't mean you can say whatever you want without consequences or other people giving you shit about it. It just means you can't go to jail for criticizing the government. It's better to use water that's not quite boiling when you're making your tea. Red on dead battery first, then red to donor, black from donor, then finally black to bare metal on stalled car or black terminal when jumping a car battery. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe to never miss an upload.